Good morning, everybody. It's Becky here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I am out in the yard. I just finished doing yesterday's dishes. Yesterday I just was not in any shape to be doing dishes. So, did yesterday's dishes, got some coffee, and I noticed it's kind of like there's an autumn glow out here. And I thought I'd come out and share it and listen to the birds for a while. My kitty cats have gone on their daily grand adventures. And Tippy's first thing to do is to go right out and right up the street that way. And then Howie follows him. And then Callie goes in the opposite direction. Oh, there goes a hawk. I don't know if y'all caught that or not. I think I was aimed too low. But the brush pile from 2 weeks ago is still there. So it's looking like we're going to be loading it into our truck and taking it to the dump. But I wanted to walk up here and share this dogwood tree that's gotten its color since it started getting a little cooler. And there's a sumac right by the wood pile. That's a sumac. The birds sound happy. I can hear the emergency crews already working. That dogwood's real pretty too. But Mary asked if we were getting any colors, and we are. There's a little yellow on this tree here. And I think I might do this as like a vlog for the weekend, and we'll just add little clips. I know Scott has some things he wanted to share as far as things he's been doing and working on. So, yeah. Well, let's walk on down by the garage, why don't we? I'm sorry if it's jiggly, but I am holding the camera. So, do you have any special plans for the weekend? We're thinking about making the almost 4-hour drive to I think it's Langston, Tennessee, to visit Scott's brother and wife, but she and I are both still sick, and we were planning to do a hike. Steve is telling us about a really cool hike. There's the little kittens down there with their mama. See if I can zoom in. Mama needs to go to the shelter. She's just too mean to my cats. That's the mama cat right there. That's Prissy. And she's just too mean to keep around. But Adele says she still wants Spot and Groucho. I'm not sure where Groucho is at the moment. And he's got his own little attitude. But I think he could be tamed. She's taking them back across the street, I think. But they're old enough to be away from her, and she can be so sweet sometimes, but then she is so brutal to my cats, and that's the only reason I won't let her stay. There's Groucho. Hey, Groucho. They're over there, and he's peeking at us. Hey, Groucho. No, he went back down in the ditch. He's like, you can't see me. But yeah, we've got some color. And we turned the furnace on. Well, Scott turned it on because I was sick. And he did not want me to be chilled. So bless him, he turned it on. I wasn't going to turn it on until November 1st. I was going to be a tightwad and save on the fuel cost. It'd be about $1,000 to heat for the winter in this little house, which isn't bad, really. But the woods have color, some. Might talk Scott into driving up toward the mountains just to get me out of the house some. I've been kind of homebound all week. Yeah. I finally tracked down my nerve mapping results. It was a big headache to get them, but I finally got them. and I'm being referred to the hand center. I don't know if I've already told y'all about this or not, for carpal tunnel. And then I also have an abnormality at my C8 vertebrae, which they are going to see about doing an MRI. But I told them I want to do one thing at a time. So first we'll go to the hand center and have my hands looked at. And then I'll look at doing the MRI about the spinal thing. She said it could be a enlarged disc. So we'll see what happens. Scott's worried, of course, because he's my sweetie and he worries. So anyway, that's just a little health update and a good morning to you. And Scott and I will be back later. Y'all have a wonderful day. Alright, I thought I'd come on and share something that I've started doing that we really like. I'm making oatmeal, and all I had was just regular milk today. This is better if you use coconut milk or almond milk. And it's starting to boil over, so let's move it away. Caught it just about in time. Pot was too small, wasn't it? I think this is a copper bottom pan, so it's not cooling quite right away. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off because I'm just going to let it sit here for the last 19 seconds. I was going to show you what was in the other pot, but I got to get this under control first. Ooh! Oh, there's stuff on the stove there. I got a mess. I'll clean it up in a minute. Alright, so you cook your oatmeal in milk, preferably a non-dairy milk. For us, we just like the flavor of like the almond milk with this. So I've got 2 bowls here and a mess on the stove. So we'll put, and it's going to look watery, but it'll be alright. It thickens as it sits. Uh-oh, it cooked down at the bottom a little bit too. Well, lesson learned there. Cow's milk is definitely different than a nut milk. So I got quite a mess to clean up. Let's put some water in that so it can soak. Alright. Then in this pot, I started these earlier. This is 4 small apples. I'll show you. I used 4 because the apples are like this big, little tiny apples. And I just, I did not peel them. I left the peel on. And I added a little bit, maybe 2 tablespoons of butter. And just some cinnamon. No sugar. Scott and I are both diabetic, so no sugar. Because when you cook apples, you release their sweetness anyway. And the cinnamon just gives it a nice flavor. And I'll divide that up between the 2 bowls. So we each basically get 2 apples. Alright. And then, there's a spoon for that one, a spoon for this one. This is flaxseed. And I'm just going to put a tablespoon of the flaxseed on each one. So there's a spoonful of it, and just sprinkle that over. Alright. And then I have dried cranberries. You know, the cranberries that are like raisins. And I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of these on here. I need to eat because I'm shaking. I can always tell when my blood sugar's gotten way too low. So, and that's what we call loaded oatmeal. So, yeah. I'm hoping it doesn't have a bad taste from where it was cooking down a little bit. But I guess we'll find out. And don't let it cook down. Thanks. I'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm feeling well enough. I've got Scott with me here, and he's taking me up to Hendersonville.
She has cabin fever.
Yes, I have cabin fever bad. So, I've got Tylenol Sinus Severe with me and some cough drops. And we're going to get out. And I want to go to Foam and Fiber, but we're also going to check out some thrift stores. It's probably going to take us, what, about another 40 minutes or 30 minutes to get up there? So there's a lot of cloud cover today. But, Mary, there's some color. We're heading toward the mountains of North Carolina. So you can see some of the color in the trees. Looks like they're gutting that old motel back there.
I'm not in much of a hurry.
No. Now, that's the
What is it?
Cherokee Foothills Scenic Highway.
Oh.
If you get up on that's Cherokee Foothills Scenic Highway. We've never done that. That's something I'd like to do on a sunny day. But it would be pretty. So, that's what we're doing. And we'll check in a little bit back and forth throughout the day. And I'll probably do a daily vlog over this weekend, and then that way Scott can share some of the stuff he's doing right now.
Yeah, we might do a what's Scott been up to.
I think that would be a good thing.
So,
Okay.
there you have it.
We'll be back.
The fog on the mountain.
It is. We're in Hendersonville, North Carolina, and it's still very rainy, but we're going to have fun despite it. And we took the 25 business, because 25 is basically where we need to go anyway, because that's where Foam and Fiber is, it's where Iannucci's is, it's everywhere we wanted to go is on 25, I think.
Well, I was telling Becky earlier on the trip up here, one of the nice things about getting older is you can take the time to see the beauty and stuff. You know, there's beauty in the rain and the fog and the mist as well. And you have to take time to look at it and see that beauty. So it's kind of nice to spend some downtime, just enjoy the day for what it is.
This is true.
That's my little rant. Or philosophical, whatever. Philosophy with Scott.
There you go. Okay.
Well, he's having a happy day.
Yep. So there's some color for you, Mary. Look at all that color. Woo!
Yes. I like seeing the clouds and the fog up on the mountainside.
Mountain mist, they used to say.
Yep.
Oh, look at the sign for Kelsey's Restaurant and Lounge. That's for lease.
Looks like it used to be a beer joint.
That's
My mother would say, a beer joint. An old beer joint.
An old beer joint. Jeez. All right. No, that's not it. I think you're right. I think it was the other one that we went and bought strawberries in that time.
Yeah, it looks like there's an Ingles about every 20 clicks up here too.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll be back when we get settled somewhere.